Hey Legacy students, this is Mr. Cameron here. In light of all the things that are going on right now and with the school closed, we're giving you these videos so that you guys can train at home. So everything that I'm going to be telling you guys is based around limited space. So I'm going to do my best to stay within this 4-block area, and that should generally be about the space that you would have in your living room. So let's get started. All right, so just like we start off usually in class, we're going to start off with jumping jacks. The whole warm-up is basically going to be the same with a few minor adjustments. So here we go. So I want you guys to do 50 jumping jacks on your own. Ready? And go. All the way to 50. All right, I'm not going to do everything with you guys, but I'm going to give you guys an example, and then you guys do it on your own. All right, from here, we're going to do wiggle your fingers just like we do at the beginning of class. Wrist rotations in both directions. Shoulder rotations. Keep in mind you want to do every direction about 8 seconds. So I go forward for 8 seconds, then I go backward for 8 seconds. The same with your wrist rotations. And swing your arms out and across your body. And turning from side to side. Hands on your hips, neck rotations. Again, in both directions. Hip rotations. And feet together, knee rotations. Now we're going to have a seat, and just like always, we're going to stretch. So you're going to spread your legs as far as you can. Little tip, if you guys can't get your hips forward, watch, keep your feet where they are, hands on the mat, and then push your hips forward. Remember, toes up to the ceiling, knees are straight. We'll go to the center first. You guys can count to yourself 10 seconds, preferably in Korean, hana, do, just like that. Then we're going to go to one side, again for 10 seconds. And we go to the other side, again for 10 seconds. Then we're going to bring our legs in, bounce them out, and butterfly stretch. Little tip for you guys, hands on your ankles, and then push your knees down. That'll get you a better stretch. Head down to the mat for the best stretch possible. As you can tell, I'm not very flexible on the stretch. All right, then the last thing, usually we jog around the room. Again, we don't have much space, so here's what you're gonna do instead. You're gonna jog in place for about 30 seconds. You guys can get a timer going. Then after those 30 seconds of jogging in place, you're gonna do high knees for 15 seconds. And then butt kicks for 15 seconds. And by this point, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling warmed up, so let's get going. All right, we're gonna start off with forms. This is going to be for about 20 minutes. Obviously, you can eyeball it, but if you want to be real specific, you can get a timer going for 20 minutes. Basically, right now is a great time to focus on your basics. Again, we don't have much space, so a great time now is to focus on the basics. So for here, we're going to do high block for start. So for this, I want you guys to do about 10 on each side. All right, so we're going to do 10 on this side, and then 10 on your other side. You can alternate, or just do one side at a time. It's completely up to you guys. We'll do the same with in to out blocks. Again, 10 on each side. Same with out to in blocks. And then the same with low blocks. And the same with punches. Again, 10 on each side, alternating like we do in class. Excellent. Then, from here, we're going to practice double knife hands. Obviously, in this one, you're going to want to be in back stance. All right, so back stance, double knife hand. Both sides. And then, also, this leads into our stance practice. So again, like I said, like I keep repeating, we don't have much space. So what I want you guys to do is just set yourself in the center of whatever space you're using, get in a good front stance, check all your details. So here are a few things that you guys probably have heard me say in class. Make sure that your knee is bent so far that you cannot see your toes. So I'm standing upright. Right now my knee's not bent enough. I can see my toes. Now I can't see my toes. My knee's bent far enough. Second thing, make sure your back knee is straight. Lastly, make sure both feet are pointed straight ahead. Right now this foot is off to the side, so I want to turn it. Now it's pointed straight ahead. Last thing, and probably the hardest thing, is to keep your back heel on the ground. All right? Practice this on both sides. Again, checking for all those little details. After you've practiced it a few times and you've gotten down all those little details, try to just go into it without having to fix anything. Excuse me. Same with your horse stance, bending your knees, pushing them out, feet straight ahead. And back stance, back foot sideways, most of your weight back here, front foot pointed ahead. Now, for all of you guys, I'm going to trust you guys with your forms. You guys have learned all of your forms up to this point, so you should know everything that you need to know. Now, for the space issue, instead of practicing your form all the way through, you're just going to break it down side by side. So for instance, if I'm doing Poggy 1, I'm going to start as far to the right as I can. I'm going to do this side. I stayed within my square. Then, I'm going to move, I'm going to do the other side. Then I'm going to reset. And I'm going to start as far back as I can. I'm going to do the front. Notice, right now I'm starting to get to the edge of my area. So, I'm going to have to back up, staying where I was, don't start over, continue, again I'm going to have to back up to finish. Oh-yeah! Now, if you're at home, please don't yell as loud as you can, because we do not want to wake our neighbors up. Now, obviously you have the other sides, the front again, and then you have the finish. But again, you guys already know all of that, so I want you to practice it like that. Now, the last thing that I want you guys to practice, that's your 20 minutes on form, now we have 20 minutes on kicks. So the last thing I want you guys to do is just run through all of your basic kicks. These are the ones you know from white belt. So we have snap kick, do about 10 on each side. You have out to in kick, do 10 on each side, in to out, axe kick, and roundhouse kick. Again, all of these 10 on both sides. Now, you have some advanced kicks as well. So, we have side kick, and you have hook kick. All right, again, 10 on each side. Now, you guys know all of your kick combinations, so what I want you guys to do is, just like we did in our forms, you guys do your kick combination to the best of your ability within your space. So, let's say I'm doing roundhouse, skip, roundhouse. The roundhouse is easy enough. I have enough space for that, but now I know that I can't skip. Imagine there's a wall here. I don't want to hit that wall. So, I'm going to have to back up, and maybe not skip as much as you guys usually do. You might have to just inch it a little bit, all right? But always remember to finish with a double punch. So, here's how it would look. Roundhouse, at the edge, then back up, small skip roundhouse, yeah. All right, now, again, you guys know all of your kick combinations, so apply that to your own kick combinations for your belt level. All right, and, it's like, yes.